Hi everyone, welcome to my live creative time today. My name's Mandy Witherby from Mandy's Papercraft Creations, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. It's great to have you with me for another week of crafting. It is a really exciting week this week. We have got a lot coming up in the Stampin' Up! World, and it's a super exciting time to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So I will tell you more about that in a moment. I'm just moving my cord there. All right, so I will bring this live stream up on my other devices so that I can see everybody's comments there. If you are watching live, you will see the little red live button just up there. If you don't see that button, then you are watching the replay. So thank you so much for coming back and watching the replay. And for those of you that are watching over on YouTube, once I upload this, thank you so much for coming and visiting my channel and watching my video. I hope you enjoy the project today. All right, so let me bring this up so that I can see your comments. Okay. So as you're jumping on, say hi. Let me know that you are here. And if this is your first time watching, let me know where you're watching from. Okay, mute that, bring that up here on the computer, all good. Everything is all set up, ready to go, fantastic. Well, before we jump in, let me tell you quickly a little bit about my weekend. So it's been a busy weekend getting ready for our Stampin' Up! Convention called On Stage. So it's an annual event that happens well, once a year, because it's annual, obviously, and demonstrators from around the globe gather for on-stage events in the different countries, or different markets. So for the South Pacific, so that is New Zealand and Australia, we are going to be gathering in Melbourne later this week, and at the end of this week and going into the weekend. So super excited. I'm going to get to catch up with my Stampin' Up! Buddies that I haven't seen for ages, because last year we had an online event. We didn't have an in-person event. So it's been 2 years since I've seen my Stampin' Up! Friends. So I'm looking forward to that. So it's going to be two full days, and then we have 2 evening events as well. So it's going to be super fun. So I can't wait to see everybody. Hi Rose, how are you? Great to have you here. Yeah, so it's been a really busy weekend getting ready for that. Preparing swaps and gifts and all sorts of things like that. Purchasing some yummy munchies. Hey Teresa, how are you? I can't wait to see you on the weekend. So, well, actually later this week. It'll be before the weekend. So super excited for our onstage event. Are you packed yet? That's the other thing I've been doing, packing and shopping, shopping for some clothes and packing. Yes, so it's been a really busy weekend. Also yesterday I went for just a little quick drive with my daughter before we came home from being out. Looking forward to catching up, Teresa. Yes, fantastic. That's going to be awesome. And you might have seen me post about it yesterday, about the beautiful liquid amber trees that we came across in the park where we stopped off just by the river. And so liquid amber trees have a special place in my heart because we had 2 huge liquid amber trees in our backyard when I was growing up. And I used to climb those trees with my friends, with my sisters, taught some of my friends to climb trees, believe it or not, those that didn't have trees, I encouraged them. And yeah, so I saw these beautiful trees and all those lovely childhood memories came flooding back. We used to catch cicadas, we used to make little message, what do you call them? Like we had a box on a string strung between the 2 trees, and we would put messages in there, and then we'd feed it across with like a little pulley system we rigged up. That was always a lot of fun. And then you had the good old tin can, telephones, all those sorts of fun things as a kid. And all the autumn leaves during autumn when the leaves would start to fall. So I brought home some souvenirs from those trees that I saw yesterday. So I brought home some leaves in a couple of different colors because some of them were already starting to change. And then I brought home some of the seed pods as well. So there's some of the leaves, and you can see how some of them are already starting to change to their autumn colors. So this one's just so beautiful. So yeah, so I brought some of those home. I found a little purpley one as well. So great to have these to get all the different colors. Now these will probably go off in time. They're probably not going to stay these colors because I've, you know, got them from some from the tree and some from the ground, but you can sort of see all the different colors, and this is great color inspiration for when you're coloring autumn leaves on your projects. Look at all those different colors. So aren't they beautiful? And I noticed that some of the leaves were a bit different in shape. Some of them had more, this one had sort of like extra little parts to the leaf. So it's sort of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So odd numbers, you know, we always work in odd numbers in crafting. And this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, so there were two different types of leaves. And then of course we've got the seed pods, which we used to call pombolees. I don't know why we called them pombolees, but that's what we called them as kids. But I tell you what, so they start out green on the tree, and then when they dry out, they open up, and that's where you see all these little holes, and then the seed pods come out of them. But I tell you what, you tread on one of these with bare feet, they hurt like crazy. It's like treading on a 3-corner jack, especially if one of these little sharp bits sticks in your foot and stays there. That happened many times when I was a child. So yeah, so lots of fun childhood memories yesterday when I found those trees, and I had to bring home a little memento from the trees, and just the smell of the leaves. You know that they say that smell brings back the strongest memories, or is one of the strongest memories. Yeah, just to smell those leaves just reminds me of all those times of playing in the trees when I was a kid. So super fun, super fun. Oh, you remember the tin cans, Teresa? Yes, weren't they just so fun? We should do that with our little ones, I reckon, with our grandkids. Bring back all those fun things. Maybe not the climbing of the trees. I don't know. I was a bit of a tomboy when I was a kid, and liked doing all those sorts of things, collecting cicadas, collecting snails. I even collected snails. Why did I collect snails? I have no idea. I can't stand the slippery, slimy things now, but as a kid, did all those crazy things, catching grasshoppers. Oh, actually came home yesterday with a grasshopper on my skirt. No, well, I think it was on my skirt. When we got home, it jumped onto my arm from somewhere. So I must have picked it up at the park, and it traveled home with me. So then I had to release it out in the garden. Yeah, it was a nice green one, like a pretty green one. It wasn't one of the yucky cricket ones. I don't mind the green ones. Hey Athena, how are you? Oh, you're still working hard. Good on you. Love the colors of the leaves. Yes, they are beautiful, aren't they? Yeah. Great idea about the tin cans. Yes. What do we call them? Bush telegraph? Bush telephones. Because I think the bush telegraph is something different. That's like, it's kind of like Chinese whispers, like you tell one person, especially in the country, and it gets around to everybody else. But yeah, I think we call them bush telephones or something. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. All right, so I have got lots of things to share with you today. And the first thing that I'm going to share about is I've got something special coming up that you can all jump on board with. I'll just tell you quickly about this before we jump into our projects for today. Now, you might notice I've got my gelato earrings, and I do have my gelato brooch, but you probably can't see it because I sit down a little bit low, because we're going to be making an ice cream card today. So I'm going to share that with you in a moment, but I've got something exciting coming up for you all. I am offering a specialty paper sampler. So in the specialty paper sampler, here is a little image, a little promo image that we created. Actually, Amber created this one for me. Amber is my assistant, if you didn't know. And these are all the papers that will be included in the sampler. So let me run through what you will get. So these are all out of the annual catalogue. You're going to get 6x6 sheets of the following. One 6x6 sheet of gold foil cardstock, 3 sheets of rose gold specialty paper, one in each of the different colors, because in the rose gold it has 3 different types of papers, so you'll get a 6x6 piece of each one of those. 3 sheets of textured shimmer paper, one of each color. 2 sheets of the More Dazzle specialty paper, that's the blingy bling bling one in the champagne. You'll get one in the champagne and one in the gold. Soft shimmer paper combo pack, so you'll get 5 sheets of that, one of each color. You'll get 5 sheets of the 2023 to 2025 in color luster paper, which has that beautiful shimmery luster, one of each color. You'll get a sheet of distressed gold specialty paper, which I think is my favorite. It's really beautiful. And then you're going to get 3 sheets of the Vellum Basics Specialty Designer Series paper, one of each design. So you're going to get a total of 23 pieces of Specialty Designer Series paper in the 6x6 size for $20. So they are all from pages 127 and 133 of your annual catalogue, your current annual catalogue. That's the 2023 to 2024 annual catalogue. A lot of numbers, isn't it? So if you want to check that out, you can register for this. Now registrations are going to close on the 18th of March, so you've got a little bit of time. What have you got, a week? What's today? Today is the 8th. No, wait, I'm looking at the wrong month. 13th, 11th. Sorry, I haven't got my glasses on. Can you tell? The 11th. So you've got 1 week to register for that. I'll pop the link in the comments for you, and then I'll also put the link in my Linktree links, and that will be available in the description of the video, both here on Facebook and over on YouTube. But let me grab that link right now, and I'll put that here in the comments. So if you would like to get a selection of the beautiful specialty papers, then this is a great way to go, because then you'll have a big range of the different textures, the different finishes with a beautiful glitter and shimmer, foils, the vellums, all of those sorts of things. You'll get a beautiful collection of those for your crafting projects. So check that one out in the registration form. You can get all the details there. But yeah, that's just a little promo. I will be popping that up at some stage soon, so you can get a little glance of all of the papers that are included. But look at them all. They're all so beautiful. So gorgeous, and so many different colors and metallics as well. So yeah, so definitely jump in on that one. Where can I put this? Oh my goodness, you should see my other desk. Oh, it's driving me crazy. I'll be pleased after the weekend that I can come home and get it all tidied up, because it's just out of control at the moment. So, hey Brenton, how you going? Great to see you. All right, well, oh, you know what? I actually do have the papers here. I was going to show you. I'll show you when I put the camera down, and you can actually see all of the papers that are going to be in the sampler. So I'm going to flip the camera down. I'm going to show you that, and then I'm going to show you all the other things that I have to show you today. I'm going to show you my team swaps. Now these are separate from the on-stage swaps, because for on-stage we have the opportunity of creating swaps that we can share. We can swap those projects with other people at the event, and then I will have all of those to show you next week. But for today, I'm going to show you our team mini catalog swap that we had over the last couple of weeks. And we're going to create my swap from that project, which is different to my on-stage swap, so I'm not giving anything away. All right, I'm going to cover up the camera and tip down to the desktop. So here we go. Bear with me one moment while I get this set up for you. All righty. So how was your weekend, everyone? Let me know what you got up to on the weekend. I forgot to ask that. I was busy telling you about my weekend and I forgot to ask you about yours. Okay, there we go. All right, we'll just adjust those the lights, I should say. And I'll move my keyboard for the moment. I'm just going to grab my wipes, just a minute. Because I just want to wipe my hands before I touch these papers. I feel like my hands feel a little bit greasy. So I just want to make sure that I don't put any... Do you know, that's one thing I haven't talked about on my lives, I don't think, for a really long time. But when I was, when I first started teaching, or when I have somebody new that I'm teaching card making or any paper craft, I always remind them to make sure they have clean hands before they handle their papers, because you can transfer the oils from your skin onto your papers and onto your projects, and then you can be left with oily marks left behind. So you certainly don't want to be doing that. Oh, Athena said that they were at the Blackheath Growers Market. Oh, lovely, Athena. How did your market go? Did you have a good day? I hope so. All right, so this is how your papers are going to come bundled up in the specialty paper sampler. Okay, so they'll come bundled up like this. I won't undo that last. Oh, yes, I will. I'll undo that last one because that'll help me to get them out. And these are all of the papers that you're going to get in the sampler. So let me just see if I can fan them out a little bit. Oh. So we've got some beautiful glimmer paper. We've got the shimmer paper. We've got shimmer paper and glimmer paper. Okay. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to lay these all out neatly, but you'll kind of get the gist. We've got the printed vellums there as well. There's 3 different prints of the vellum. We've got leaves and stripes and spots, diagonal stripes and spots. We've got the that one there, and then this is the one that I love, the distressed gold. We've got the rose gold in the 3 finishes there. We've got the ordinary gold, and we've got the more dazzle. So that is all of the paper that you will get in the paper sampler, in the specialty paper sampler. So yeah, it's a lot of paper, and you'll be able to create lots and lots of beautiful projects with all of that. Look at all of that. So just gorgeous. And we love all the sparkle and the bling on our projects, don't we? Look at all that. Look at that beautiful. So look at, see the holographic in that? It changes, well, not holographic, it's like rainbow. Is that beautiful? So there you go. So that is all of the paper in the paper sampler. So be sure to register by next Monday, by the end of next Monday. I will be putting it up on my website as well, so that'll be up after this live finishes. I'll pop that up there. Okay, yes, so many textures, Amber, so many textures, so many beautiful bling color. I love this one. This one has been really popular, the more dazzle. So there you go. So make sure that you jump on that. Okay. All right. Move that bag. Okay. So, oh, I left a little bit of glitter behind from the more dazzle. It's the first time I've seen that glitter come off that, actually. Okay. Let's see. Have I missed any comments? Oh, you had a brilliant day, Athena. Very busy. Fantastic. That is great to hear. Awesome, awesome. Alrighty. the January to April 2024 mini catalog. Now, I had a card swap with my team using products from the mini catalog, and so I have got those projects to share with you today. Okay, so I'm going to run through all of these with you, and I will tell you about each one as I do them. Okay, so the first one we've got to share today is from Amanda Fitzgerald from my team. Now, Amanda used the Filled with Happiness stamp set. Isn't this just so pretty? Really pretty colours as well. She's used the Lighter Than Air Designer Series paper, which apparently at the moment it is non-orderable. So it has been so popular that Stampin' Up! Has run out of stock for the moment, but they are getting more in. So watch out for that. And then she's used the rainbow adhesive back dots as well. So just beautiful. And I love the colours Amanda has used to colour the little bird, and she's popped it up on the what is this one called? The Modern Oval Punch. Sorry, I have to think what that one was called. I haven't actually labelled that one. So isn't that beautiful? Did she decorate the inside? Oh, she's put some DSP on the inside as well. So beautiful card, Amanda. Thank you for that one. Okay, so that's Amanda's card, and next we have Julie's card. So this is Julie Bartolo, and this is the suite that we're going to use, or the bundle I should say, that we're going to use today. We're going to use it in a slightly different way to Julie. But Julie has used the Ice Cream Swirl bundle, the Lighter Than Air Designer Series paper again, the Rainbow Adhesive back dots again in a couple of different colours. And she coloured the ice cream. Doesn't this look so realistic? She's coloured with Stampin' blends and watercolour pencils. Doesn't that look fantastic? I love how she's coloured this card. And this one is an easel card. So it sits up. Whoop, get that to sit up like that. Okay. Isn't that cute? And she's got some Wink of Stella splattered on there as well. Isn't that awesome? Thank you, Julie. That is a beautiful swap card. I'm getting lots of great ideas from these swap cards. Okay, this one here is from Kathleen Grimer. And Kathleen used the Painted Lavender bundle and the Perennial Lavender Designer Series paper. And I love how she's inked around the edges here of the sentiment label as well. And this is my favorite suite in the mini catalog. And look at this. So she's got, it's like one of those floating cards, and she's got the vellum through the center there. But behind there, she's got a panel of Designer Series paper. So you can write your message top and bottom, but you can, when the card is closed, you can see very softly that Designer Series paper coming through from behind. Isn't that gorgeous? Such a great idea, using the vellum in that way. Love that. Hey, Julie, how are you? I just showed your card. Just showed your team swap card. You'll have to go back and watch, although you've seen it before because you made it. All right, this one is from Robin Falang, and Robin used the Be Mine Valentine bundle from the mini catalog and the Be Mine Designer Series paper. And I love this technique that Robin has used. I've not used this technique, so I really want to do that one day. I might do that on a live. It's called the, what did she tell me it was called? The woven ribbon, I think it's called, technique. So I want to have a go of that one day. So we might do that on a future Facebook Live. And she's got a little honeycomb there stamped on the insert. So just so cute. And those little bees, they're just so adorable, aren't they? And you can do this technique with any DSP. And you can do it at the side. You can do it down the center panel as Robin has done. It's totally up to you which way you do it. So beautiful card, Robin. Okay, our next card is from Angela Lonka, and Angela is also coming to on stage, so super exciting. And Angela is going to be staying in the same hotel as me, so that's fun. Okay, so Angela has used the Nature's Sweetness Suite. She's used the bundle, the designer series paper, the bling, and the ribbon. And she's used the perennial postage dies for this part here. Isn't this just such a stunning card? And I love the added little detail of the little tag here with the stamping on it. I just love everything. I do love this suite as well. I have to say this is my other favorite in the mini catalogue. She's got a little strip here of the ribbon or the twine, the faux leather twine with the gold on it. Just, I love everything about this card. It's just so gorgeous. And she's done some stamping on the insert as well. Beautiful card, Angela. Thank you for your swap card. Love it. Are you all getting some creative inspiration from these cards? All right, next we have this card from Melanie Agostino, and Melanie used the Just Kidding suite. She's used the bundle for the stamping and the dies. Isn't that just so cute? That little castle fort. I love that. And the designer series paper as well from the suite. So super, super cute. Really great card for the kids. And I even love like the little rug and the little cushions on the floor. Just a really fun card. So beautiful card, Mel. Thank you for that. Okay, next we have, this one is from Patricia Hicks from our team. And Patricia has used the Perennial Lavender Suite on this stunning card. It's so beautiful. It's just, I love everything about it. Perennial Lavender Suite and the Everyday detail dies for the label. Love these dies as well. I haven't used them enough yet. I've only used them I think once or twice, but I love them. They're so beautiful. And I love this idea how she's done the diagonal and you've got the gap in between with the spray of flowers and leaves just coming down there in the center. Isn't that just so fantastic? And look, she's used some of that more dazzle specialty paper there as well. Love the ribbon. And let's see, oh, and she's done some stamping on the insert as well. Gorgeous. Love your card, Patricia. Thank you so much for your beautiful swap card. That's gorgeous. Yes, I did. I did remember that yours was an easel card, Julie, and I did display it. I showed them how it popped up as an easel style as well. Thank you. You'll have to go back and catch the few minutes that you missed just before you jumped on when I showed it. This card is from Roz. In fact, I was very lucky and I got 2 cards from Roz because she did 2 color variations and she very kindly sent me one of each. So I was very lucky. So thank you, Roz. Roz has used the Excellent Eggs bundle, which is great for your Easter cards. So if you need Easter cards, then look out for the Excellent Eggs bundle in the mini catalogue or in the online store. She's used the Poetic Expressions designer series paper. She's used the rainbow adhesive backed dots. They're very popular. And she's also used some of the adhesive backed hearts and flowers. So that's these ones here. So aren't these just so cute? Look at those little bunnies. And she's coloured them in with her Stampin' blends, and she's coloured the eggs as well with the Stampin' blends. Aren't they gorgeous? And she's got some little bunnies stamped on the inside too. So super sweet. Really, really cute. Okay, we have got the next card is from, I think this one was from Dimity. Yep, this one is from Dimity Foster, and Dimity has used the Nature Sweetness designer series paper, absolutely stunning paper, the Everyday Details dies for the rectangle, and the stippled rose bundle for the sentiment and the die cut flowers. And this one is I forget what you call it, but it's a fun fold card, and it sits like that. It's like an M or a W sort of shape. It's sort of like one of those, it's similar, I don't know, is it one of those seagull cards? I'm not sure. Similar to one of those. But yeah, really beautiful. And she's put some DSP on those back panels there too, and left these spaces here free for writing your message on. And then to close it, you just tuck those two little side panels underneath there, and then they close flat like that. Oops, got that one folded there like that. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you, Dimity. That's really lovely. Really beautiful card. And the last one, well, actually, I haven't shown you mine yet. Mine will be the last one. Now, this one here is from Monique. Monique actually used annual catalogue product for her card. She used the Masterfully Made suite using the bundle and the designer series paper, which is really stunning. I love this paper from the annual catalogue. That's really, really pretty. And I love all the layers. She's got some tearing, so I love all the distressing. I love ink distressing, as you know. Most of you will know that. So yeah, I just love everything about this card. And she's done some extra layering there with the designer series paper. So really beautiful. Thank you, Monique. That's a really beautiful card. All right, so they are all of the swaps from my team swaps, and I've got the extra card there as well from Roz. So I've got an extra one, an extra bonus one. So I was lucky to get that extra bonus. So there they all are. Really beautiful. There's yours in there, Julie. And yes, I did show yours was an easel card. So I showed how that stands up like that. Really cute. Love that ice cream. And the ice cream is what we're going to use today. So now let me show you my swap card that I made for our team swap. And this is what we're going to be creating today. So I'm going to take it out of the little baggie to show you. This was my team swap card. So we are using the ice cream swirl bundle. We're going to be using the scalloped contours dies. So the ice cream swirl bundle is from the mini catalogue. The contoured swirl die, sorry, the scalloped contour dies are from the annual catalogue. Then we've got the painted texture 3D embossing folder. The designer series paper is the lighter than air designer series paper, so that's from the mini as well. That's the one that's also on non-orderable at the moment, but it's coming back in. So I'll go through all of the products with you as we create this card, but let's jump in. I'll just bring over. Now, if you don't have catalogues and you would like catalogues and you don't already have a demonstrator that you're working with, then please get in contact with me and I would be very happy to send you a catalogue. In fact, what I'm going to do is I will pop up my links, because you can request a catalogue there in all of my links. In one of my links, I should say. There is a request the catalogue link. There we go. So I'll just pop that in my links there too. My specialty paper sampler is not in those links yet. I am yet to add that. So I will add that after I finish. But there is the separate link that I did add already for that. I might just add that in again, just for anyone who is jumping on or has jumped on since I shared that might be interested. There we go. So there's a specialty paper sampler link as well. Okay, and that will be in my Linktree links later as well. All right, so Now, any of these products that you see today, apart from the DSP, which is currently unavailable, but everything else is available at the moment, and you can find them in my online store. So you can go to mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com and click on the shop button, or you can go to my website, which is mandywitherby.stampinup.net, and again, click on the shop button. Now, if you're shopping with me, be sure to use my March host code. This is it here, and with orders over $75, you will receive a thank you gift from me as well. Alrighty, now I have got my kit here with all my bits and pieces. Let's take a look first at the bundle. I'll just move these over to the side for a moment. We'll have a look at the bundle first. So there is a lot that you can do with this bundle because there's quite a bit in it. Let's move that back a little bit to get the reflection off. Okay, so the ice cream swirl stamp set, you've got the cone, you've got the top of the ice cream, you've got a strawberry, a cherry, you've got a little donut as well, which is super cute. You've got some sprinkles, you've got a wafer stick, or a we call them piccolo sticks, but a little wafer stick, and then you've got some great fun sentiments in there. It is a photopolymer stamp set, so it's a clear stamp set. Oh, there's all my extra bits and pieces. I've already taken out the stamps that we're using today, so I've already got them on my blocks. And the images on the front are shown at 90%, okay? So the actual images themselves are a little bit bigger than that. Now the dies are interesting. Let me show you the dies. So in the dies, we have got the outline of the ice cream to die cut the stamped ice cream soft serve, okay? Then we've got this one here, which is the detail of the ice cream, which is what I've used to die cut this piece here. Okay, I'll show you that in a moment. Then we've got the ice cream cone. Now you'll notice this is a double ice cream, okay? So you can actually make a tag out of this. In fact, I have one to show you in a moment. But we're also going to use that to die cut this part of the cone. Then you've got this part of the cone here, which embosses all of the detail into the cone, okay? So they're two separate dies. Then you've got this little bit here, so you can use that as a little wrap for the cone, like Julie did on hers actually. Julie used, oh no, oh yes, she did. She used the wrap here on the cone, and she actually die cut that with the, I forget the name of that, embossing folder. You might like to tell us, Julie, which embossing folder that one was. I think that was an annual catalogue embossing folder, wasn't it? But she made it look like a waffle cone around the outside, but you can use it as a like a colored wrap around the cone. You know how sometimes you get those colored wraps around the bottom of your ice cream cone, or you can use it as a cup to put your ice cream on. You can also use the top portion of this die here as a cup for your ice cream. So it can be an ice cream in a cup. It doesn't have to be ice cream in a cone. Cane Weave 3D embossing folder. Thank you, Julie. That's what that one was. So this is the Cane Weave 3D embossing folder, this one, and she's used it here as well. So yeah, then we can cut out the donut, the cherry, the strawberry, and this is the little sprinkles, or in my case, in my card, these are little chocolate sprinkles, or chocolate drops, chocolate shavings, whatever you want to call them, on the top of my strawberry ice cream. This is making me want to eat ice cream, by the way. Oh, I've been trying to be very good lately, but this is, yeah, just making me hungry. And then we've got the little die for the wafer stick as well. Okay, so super fun. We'll leave those out. We'll pop those over to the side. All right. We're going to be using just a couple of different inks. We've got Early Espresso, Melon Mambo, and Crumb Cake. So just the 3 colours today. We've got a sponge dauber for the crumb cake, and it looks like I need a new sponge dauber, so I might grab out my new sponge daubers actually. So your sponge daubers, when you purchase them, they come in a pack of 5, and I'm down to 3 in my pack, and I like to have 1 for every colour. So I've got lots of them. So yeah, so look out for the sponge daubers. They are a great colouring tool to have, and I'm going to replace that other one now because that other one has been chopped up. Look at the difference. Okay, this is my old one that I've been using and using and using, and it is so chunky now because I've been using it for such a long time to do lots of distressing. And then this is what they look like when they're brand new. So you can see the difference. They're very different. Yeah, so they do wear down over time, depending on how often you're using them and how you are using them. I'm pretty rough with mine, so. All right, we've got our stamps already on our blocks, ready to go. I have also used, for the sentiment label, I've used the Banners Picker Punch as well. This is one of my most used banner punches, or picker punches I should say, is the Banners Picker Punch. We use that one quite a lot. So I've used that on the label there. We've got our Stampin' blends. We'll go through those colours when we are doing our colouring. I'll just pop them up here for the moment. Oopsie. Out of the way. Right, and this is all I've got left actually of the Lighter Than Air DSP, but as I said, this one currently is unavailable because it is it's been so popular that it's run out, but there is more coming on its way, so it should be here very soon. In fact, what was the date? What was the estimated date they gave us for that? Oh wait, I have that open already. Let me just check the inventory status report. It's expected the week of the 25th of March. Now that's just an estimate. Sometimes they come in a little bit earlier than that, sometimes a little bit later, but usually it's a pretty good estimate. But this is the gorgeous paper. I'm not sure if this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's only 10 of the 12 designs. So there's a couple that I've already used up, but it'll kind of give you an idea of how beautiful the paper is. And this is the other side. So there's 48 sheets in this pack. This is only 10 of them. So yeah, you get 4 each of 12 different designs, and each design is double-sided. So it's a fantastic pack of papers. And I think this piece that I'm using today is the last piece that I have left, I think, of that particular paper. I think I've used the rest of it up. Okay. All right, now I will be putting this card up on my blog, so if I don't go through all of the measurements today, don't panic because they'll all be up on my blog. So we'll pop that over to the side, and I'll bring in my kit. Now, to make it quicker today, because I was doing all this show and tell and I knew that it would take a bit of time today, I've prepped a lot of these pieces already so that with the help of my trusty assistant, of course, so that it would be less time to put everything together for you today. All right, so we might start with our stamping first. So we're going to stamp our sentiment, and I've got a spare one just in case I need it. We're going to need our piccolo stick. Got the die cutting there. We're going to sponge some ink on there, and I need to stamp my fruit on that one. Okay, so these pieces are already prepped, ready to go. So I'll go through all of those with you in a moment, but we'll start with the stamping. And this is all of my little chocolate drops on the top of my, or my chocolate sprinkles on the top of my ice cream. We're going to adhere those later. Okay, so I had my, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. I've dumped everything on top of it. So I'm going to use a Stampin' Pierce mat today because we're using photopolymer stamps. So this just gives us a little bit of cushioning underneath our stamps. Oh, Amber said the ragged sponge dauber still works great. Okay, so maybe I shouldn't change over yet, Amber. It's just chopped up a little bit, so I thought maybe it might be a bit messy, but we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. Thank you. Hey, Glenda, how are you? Great to see you, or great to have you here. Not that I can physically see you, but it's great to have you here with us. All right, so we're going to start with our sentiment first, and we're going to stamp that in Melon Mambo. And I am stamping, hope your day is sweet. I think that's a really cute sentiment. And it's a really happy sentiment, isn't it? It's a nice sentiment to send to somebody. There we go. Oh, look, I got that first go. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Nice and straight. I always have a spare sentiment label ready just in case because, you know, doesn't take much to do a crooked stamping, but now I've got a spare one for another project, so it's all good. Hey Dimity, how are you? Dimity, I just showed your team swap card. I was sharing all the team swaps today, and I'm making my team swap. So this is a different swap to the on-stage swap. Just clarifying that for anyone who might be going to on-stage. This is not the same card that I have made for my on-stage swap. Julie said, I've never heard of wafer sticks being called that before. What, piccolo sticks or wafer sticks? We usually call them piccolo sticks because I think originally when the kids were little, that was the brand that we used to get, and we used to get them mostly at Christmas time. Well, really that's the only time we buy them, is at Christmas time. As a special Christmas treat that we always have. But yeah, I've never actually put one in an ice cream, to be honest. All right, so we're going to stamp this one because we're going to die cut that. So we will have a little bit of die cutting still to do, but, oh, piccolo sticks, yeah. Yeah, I think we just called them that because that was the brand that they were originally when we used to buy them many, many years ago. They don't stock that brand anymore. It's a different brand now. I can't think of the brand that we buy now, but we always get them from the same place, and they've had them all these years, just a different brand. All right, we're going to colour this in a little bit, but we're going to set that aside to let that ink dry a little bit first. And now for our fruit. Our fruit is also going to be coloured in early espresso. So I actually don't know why I closed that. I still need it. So we've got our little strawberry. Love strawberries. I have strawberries most days. I love my berries. So strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries when I can get them. Can't always get the blackberries, and sometimes the blackberries are really expensive. But I love my berries. Does anybody else love berries? What are other berries? Boysenberries. I don't think I've ever had a boysenberry. You've always known them as chocolate wafers, Julie. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. They come in all different flavours. We usually get white ones for John. We get chocolate ones for the kids. There's coffee flavoured ones, but we're not coffee drinkers, so we don't get that flavour. Just trying to think, what other flavours are there? Can't think now. That might be, maybe that's the 3 flavours. No, I feel like there's another one, but I can't remember what it was. Did I clean this one? I don't remember if I cleaned it. You love berries too, Glenda. What's your favourite berries? Tell me, everybody, what is your favourite berry? Or do you not like berries? Maybe some of you aren't berry lovers. All right. So these are the ones we're going to do some inking on. I'll just move my Stampin' Pierce mat. Okay, so first of all, we might, I'll just set these ones aside, and we might do some daubering on our cone. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of crumb cake cardstock and I've run that through the dies. So I've die cut this one here, okay. Well, actually, what I've done is I've die cut a larger piece of cardstock so that I've die cut a portion of this side of the cone too. I didn't want the whole thing. I just wanted a portion so that I can adhere the top of my ice cream to that portion there. Okay, and then you've got this part of the die here as well, which does the embossing of the detail. Okay, so you can run that through. Now you can either run that through at the same time as this die. Okay, just line them up, run them through together, or you can do them individually if you find that that's too hard to roll through, being that that's a lot of metal to go through your machine. So yeah, it's up to you which way you do it. Okay. All right. So yeah, the reason I just did that extra bit of cone there at the top is so that I've got something to attach my ice cream to. I'm going to show you the other ice cream, the tag that I created a bit later. But we're going to do some daubering of this one first. Glenda likes blueberries and strawberries. Yum. Yeah. Glenda is a berry lover as well. Julie is always buying strawberries and blueberries. Herself and Adrian love them. Yeah, they're my two favorites as well. Yum, yum. Oh, Dimity says she loves cherries, blackberries. I do love cherries as well, actually. Yes. Blackberries, raspberries. Can't eat too many as not great for the tummy. Yes. Yes, you have to be careful. I find with the cherries, I sort of can have like about 10 to 12 cherries a day, and that's it. I can't have more than that or my tummy is not happy. I'm okay with the berries though. So cherries and other fruits, yes. Yeah, I love my fruit. I have to have fruit every day. All right, so we're going to use a little bit of crumb cake ink with our chopped up sponge dauber. And this is just, looks like this because we use this all the time. It's one of the, oh, it is actually working okay. And I'm not getting too many bits coming off it, so that's good. I thought that it might all flake everywhere, but it's actually not. So we'll save our other brand new dauber till when we really, really need it. Yeah, so this just gives you a little bit of definition around the edges. And the reason that the dauber is a little bit messy is because we do this technique a lot, Amber and I. This is one of our favorite techniques. So there we go. That's all we need to do for that. Okay. All right, so we'll set that aside. Got a few little bits off the dauber, but not too bad, not too bad. Okay, we'll do some colouring now. Now, because we're going to be using Stampin' Blends, you want to make sure you've got something covering your work surface because they do absorb through the cardstock and you don't want the ink getting onto your desktop. Oh, Glenda says, I grow strawberries, but no luck growing blueberries. Yeah, I've had some small success with growing strawberries, but not this last crop. They're just not growing. But I have previously had some strawberries grow. But blueberries, I've tried growing blueberries too, but they're really hard to grow. And I don't think our climate here was really the best for them. Yeah, so I didn't have any success with blueberries either, Glenda. There you go, we've got that in common. Dimity said, funny, I can eat cherries, but berries treat at all the small seeds. Oh, because of the small seeds. Okay. Do you have diverticulitis, Dimity? That is probably, yeah, the small seeds are not good for people with diverticulitis. All right, so I'm using bronze. You have diverticulitis. That explains why the other berries are not so good for your tummy. Yes, yes, you have to definitely be careful what you eat. So I'm using a bit of bronze here on our little chocolate stick, piccolo stick, wafer stick, whatever you want to call it. We're going to just colour every sort of second piece here. And I'm just using the bullet tip because it's a sort of fine area that I'm colouring. There we go. So that's all done. So if you're not familiar with our Stampin' blends, these are alcohol-based markers, and they do have a dual tip. We've got the bullet tip, which I just used, and we've got the brush tip on the other end as well for colouring larger surfaces, and they are great for blending as well as just ordinary colouring. They give a beautiful smooth surface. All right, so that one's ready to die cut. And now let's do our strawberry and cherry. I've got dark granny apple green for the leaves of the strawberry, and I'm not doing any blending on the leaves because it's only a small area, so I don't really feel that it needs it. And I'm going to put my glasses on to colour my cherry and my strawberry. All right, now for the cherry, we have cherry cobbler. So I've got my light and my dark cherry cobbler. So let's lay down a little bit of, if I can get the lid off. Oh goodness, this one's tight. You do want the lids to be tight so that it stops the alcohol from drying out, but you do still want to be able to get the lid off. All right, so I'm just going to lay down a bit of dark under those two shaded areas there. Now when you first lay down the color, it is going to be quite dark, but it will actually lighten as it dries. Okay, and then I'm just going to go over that with my light and just blend that dark a little bit there. I'm using the right one. Yes, cherry cobbler. Okay, there we go. All right, I might just add, while that is wet, I might add just a little bit more of the dark here on the detail. There we go. All right, and I forgot to colour the top of the stalk, so we'll come back in with the granny apple green. There we go. All right, now for the strawberry. For the strawberry, we're going to be using the dark and light real red. We're just going to have a little bit of dark real red here at the side where we've got that extra detail there in the stamp. Makes it, oops, makes it really easy. Oh, look at me getting ink everywhere. Makes it really easy that we've got the detail there in the actual stamp, so it sort of shows us where we can lay down those darker colors. I'll just get a wipe out to clean myself up here. Oh, got that ink on me, and I got it on the lid too. And because it's alcohol ink, it's not going to want to come off. What you can do is use a little bit of sanitizer, which is alcohol based, and that will come right off. And that'll also get it off my hand as well. I got some of it off before it dried. I'll get the rest off later. Okay, and then let's take our brush tip of our real red to colour the rest of our strawberry. We'll just go over that dark a little bit just to blend that in to the light so that we don't have any harsh lines, and just going carefully near the edge. Now the colours in the Stampin' blends, they do continue to absorb into the cardstock after you colour with them, so you need to allow a little bit of spreading, so just be careful that when you're going close to the edges of your image there. So I might come in with a little bit more dark just around the side here while that ink is still wet. Just blend that in a little bit there. Just go over the edge again just so that it's softens the harsh lines there. There we go. Okay, so that's our strawberry and our cherry, so they're ready to die cut, and our little piccolo stick, wafer stick is ready to die cut. Everything else is already die cut, so I don't need to die cut anything else. So I'll just bring in my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Yes, Julie says, messy hands are signs of a busy crafter. It sure is. Totally agree. All right, so anybody else? Now I know that Julie has this bundle because she used it for the team swaps, but does anybody else already have this bundle? Let me know in the comments if you do. Oh, wait, one of my dies has fallen. There we go. So we need that one. We need, I think these ones need to go onto magnetic sheets. Amber, if you're there watching, we need to get these ones onto magnetic sheets because they keep coming unstuck on the die sheet that they came on. We used them a few times when we were making the team swaps, so they've been on and off a few times. You don't have it, Dimity, but you love it. Fantastic. Oh, you have it, Glenda. Fantastic. Have you used it a lot already? We used it in my card buffet a couple of weeks ago. When I had my card buffet, we used this one. And made a little tag, which was super cute. So I'll show you that in a little bit once we get this one done. Right. Oops. Oh, I had that in the right spot and then it moved. Hang on a minute. Let me just do one at a time. One at a time. And we'll get it lined up nice and straight. There we go. Okay, I'll put a little bit of Post-it tape down and we'll do our little cherry. No, you haven't used it much, Glenda. Ah, you have to get it out and have a play. Such a cute set. But yeah, don't play with it when you're hungry. I'm a little bit hungry and it's making me even more hungry. I might have some fruit when I finish. Maybe I should have some fruit and ice cream when I'm finished. No, I shouldn't have ice cream. I should just have the fruit, shouldn't I? All right, so get another little bit of Post-it tape. This Post-it tape I just got from my local Officeworks stationery store. If you are looking for it, it's with all the other Post-it labels. It's not Post-it brand though, it's a different, oh, that moved. It's not Post-it brand, it was a different, I think it was J. Burroughs brand or something. But you'll find it there. It's not hard to miss because it's very colourful. Oh my goodness, I totally did not have that lined up. Lucky I repositioned that. I should have had a slightly bigger piece of cardstock, I think, so that I could adhere my little die on there. Okay, here we go. So I don't know if I said, but the little wafer stick was stamped onto crumb cake using early espresso ink. Oh yeah, there we go. That turned out okay. And of course, the cherry and the strawberry were just on basic white. Not sure if they thick or ordinary, I'm not sure. I usually, when I'm using Stampin' blends, especially if I'm doing a lot of colouring with Stampin' blends, I do like to use the thick basic white. But sometimes if it's just small pieces, like I'll just pull out the ordinary basic white, just because of the absorption factor. Okay. Right, there we go. So we've got our fruit. Pop that over there out of the way too. Let's put my dies. Actually, I'm going to put my dies back in the packet because I'm worried I'm going to lose them because they're just not going to stick back easily. Okay, we've got those. All right, and now we've got all of these pieces. Okay, so we might stick next our ice cream. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some multi-purpose liquid glue and we're going to adhere. So these are the two pieces. So as I showed you at the beginning, when I showed you the dies, the ice cream has two different parts of the dies. There's the outline, which just cuts the solid shape. So that will actually cut the stamped image if you were stamping the image, but we're not stamping the ice cream today. We're using the die cut piece. And this gives you the swirl, okay? So you can do this in lots of different colors. I'm just having it a white and strawberry swirl. So it's just a strawberry ice cream. It might be strawberry cheesecake. Let's make it a strawberry cheesecake swirl ice cream. That sounds yummy, doesn't it? So we're just going to put some glue on here. Now, if you have fine tip glue, that might be a good one to use. I do have it and I didn't pull it out, but that's okay. Just use my multi-purpose liquid glue. You could use a glue sponging technique. I think I just ran my glue out. I did. You could use a glue sponging technique. Open a new glue. Isn't that a lovely sound? You get to open a new glue. Or you can just go very easily. It just oozed because it's a new glue. Just smooth that down a little bit there so that it doesn't ooze. Okay, this glue is running way too quick because it's just brand new. I'm just going to use my finger. I don't normally do this because I get in a sticky situation, but otherwise it's going to ooze everywhere. Okay, let's try that. All right, so now we've got to line that up on our ice cream, on our white ice cream. There we go. Okay, thankfully I still had that baby wipe out. Oh, hey Vicky, how are you? You'd like to find the Post-it note dispenser. Yeah, if you have an Officeworks store near you, that's where I got them from. Or maybe just your local stationer if you don't have an Officeworks. But yeah, I got mine from Officeworks and it's got the 5 different colors on the little dispenser. It's really handy and it's got like the tape serrated thingy to, I don't know what you call that. What do you call that? The serrated bit of the tape dispenser to tear off your tape. I don't know what you call that part. Oh, I'm making you hungry, Glenda. Talking about strawberry cheesecake. Yes, strawberry cheesecake. That would be yummy. A cutter. Yes, it probably is a cutter, Dimity. You're probably right. All right, now I've got a little bit of excess glue on the front here because that glue oozed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little puffy pillow, as one of my friends calls it. And this is my embossing buddy, and I'm just going to dab that on there where that glue is because that's going to take off the stickiness. Well, it's not taking it off, it's actually adding powder from the embossing buddy. And because this is white and like pink, pale pink, I can get away with it. So there we go. Give that a little blow. Okay, beautiful. All right, so now we're going to attach. Now this is why I left this extra little bit of cone at the top here, was to attach the ice cream onto there, just to make it easier. So I'm going to put some glue on here. There we go. And then we're going to attach our ice cream down about there. About there, make sure we've got that sort of straight. And you can see that comes all the way up to there. And that's going to help to adhere that ice cream. Probably could have put a bit of glue down a bit lower actually. Let's sneak some in under here. Oh, that glue, it's running so fast. New glue is great, but not when it wants to run so fast. There we go. Okay, let's cap that glue. Use those wipes again. Isn't that just so cute, that little ice cream cone? Little strawberry cheesecake ice cream. Okay. Now we can add all of our little bits and pieces now to our ice cream, or we can do it when we put it on the card. It depends on what you find easier. I might do it now because we're going to pop this up on dimensionals once we get it on the card. I think it's going to be easier to do it now. So we want to do our little cluster of our strawberry and our cherry and our little wafer stick over here like that. Okay, so that's, oh, it might go up a little bit higher, something like that. Okay, so we'll adhere those on first. I'll just leave those in place. Put a bit of glue on this one and slip that in underneath there. There we go. Okay. Then we want our little cherry. And I'm just adhering these flat with the multi-purpose liquid glue because we are going to pop all of this up on dimensionals. Okay. And our little strawberry. There we go. Okay, now we've got our little sprinkles here. Here's our little chocolate sprinkles. These are just die cut from some early espresso ink. Early espresso cardstock using this die here. Okay. Now, I probably won't use all of these, and I'm going to have to be really careful how I put my glue on because this glue is running so fast today. Okay, and let's just make sure we've got them up the right way. Let's take your pick tool. I'll just separate them all first, make sure I've got them all up the right way so that when I pick them up, I know which side I need to put my glue on. You get lots of them. These would be great for a shaker card too. They'd be awesome, cut out in different colours and used for a shaker card. Does anybody love to make shaker cards? I don't tend to make very many shaker cards, but I love receiving them. I just don't really make them myself. That one goes up that way. Okay, I'm going to put my glasses back on. All right, so we'll take this little circle one. I'm going to pop that in. I wonder if I can sneak that in under there. Can I sneak it in under there? No, that's okay. I'm going to put it just here. My original had one snuck in underneath that strawberry, but I stuck that one down a little bit too quickly. All right, so just want a tiny, tiny little dab of glue on there. And pop that up here. Doesn't really matter where you pop them. They can go anywhere. Oh, you make a few, Glenda? Awesome. That's really good. I love the shaker cards. I probably should make more of them. I just am always, yeah, I don't know. I think we have our own sort of styles, don't we? Or the things that we tend to radiate towards, the styles or the types of cards that we tend to radiate towards. Some people just do fun fold cards. Other people don't love fun fold cards at all. I love fun fold cards, but I'd like to do other types of cards as well. Are you still on here, Brenton? I was wondering when Brenton is arriving down in Melbourne for On Stage. You're not going to On Stage, are you, Glenda? I think I asked you that last week and you said you weren't going from memory. Was I correct in my memory of that? Who else is going? Dimity, you're going. It's exciting. Are you getting all packed up, Dimity? I might actually change that one. I might change that one to this one. There we go. No, not going, Glenda. Oh, next year. Hopefully we'll see you next year. Not packed yet, Dimity? Me either. I am, well, I'm partially. I've got my clothes out. I've chosen all my clothes. I've got them out ready. And I just need to put them in a bag. And then I've got to, I need to pack all my craft things. But I thought, well, I won't pack any of my craft things till after my live today. And then I can start packing all of them. So, yeah. So, what's everybody else got on this week coming up? Aside from those of us that are going to On Stage, what's everybody else got on this week? Anything exciting coming up? Any special activities or yeah, anything fun? Or have you got some crafting lined up to do this week? Whoops. Oh, that one came back off again. Let's try that one again. Hang on a sec. There we go. Okay. Let's try that. Try that. Oh, working Vicky. Oh, that's not much fun. Well, hopefully you'll fit some craft in. You're going to try and get some craft in this week as well. There we go. All right. Oops. Oh, I've got sticky fingers now. Let's get that white back out again. I think Athena was working as well. She said before that she was working while she was watching. Okay. There we go. Now, I think this... I'm just going to press down on this little one. I feel like that one didn't stick properly. There we go. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, that's an uneven number, so that's good, isn't it? There we go. They're in slightly different places to my original one, but that's okay. I think they still look great. So because I couldn't fit that extra one in under the strawberry because I stuck that down too hard. But that's okay. Alrighty, so we've got a few little leftovers. Oh, you have your craft group get together on Saturday. You do this once a month. Oh, that sounds like fun, Vicky. That's awesome. Very good. Nice to have a monthly craft group or like a regular craft group to craft along with. Very exciting. Yeah, I used to have a craft group years ago that I used to go to monthly, but I guess now I run classes for everybody else. I don't actually get to go to anything these days. Never any time. But I have to say, sorry, I'm just taking a sip of my tea. I do enjoy crafting with all of you every week. So this is my weekly crafting fix that I get, is to be able to come and craft with all of you every week. All right, so let's start putting this card together. So I've got my card base of sweet sorbet. Okay, I'm going to give all the measurements for these on my blog. All right, over the next couple of days, it'll be up on my blog. So you can get all the measurements there. Now this layer of basic white. This is the one that I embossed with the Painted Texture 3D embossing folder. Okay, so I've already done that. Don't you think it looks like ice cream, like melted ice cream, or like ice cream in the tub after you've sort of scooped it a bit? Does it make you think of that? Am I making you more and more hungry now, Glenda? Everybody will be wanting ice cream this afternoon. Oh, there we go. Oh, goodness. This glue, it wants to either ooze out or not come out at all. It can't make up its mind. Let's make sure I just get some over near there, the corners, so the corners stick down. We want the corners to stick, 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 stick. So tomorrow's flight, oh, sorry, not tomorrow's flight, this week's flight, I'm not flying tomorrow. This week's flight will be my first flight in 12 months. So I'm not a huge fan of flying. Does anybody else not like flying? Or do you love flying? Maybe you love flying. Tell me how do you feel about flying, going on an aeroplane? Yes, you are, Glenda said. There we go. Okay. All right, so there's our layer. Now we're going to take a piece of that designer series paper. That was the lighter than air designer series paper. We've got the yellow stripes on the other side. We want the bubble bath side, and we're going to have the arrows pointing that away, left, going left. You hate taking off and landing. Yes. Yeah, me too. Oh, the landing is the worst part for me. Glenda also hates the landing. Yeah. Same. Yeah. I'm not afraid to fly. I don't like enclosed spaces, and I get travel sick. So I don't like turbulence. And the takeoff and the landings, especially the landings, are often the most turbulent part when you're coming down. And yeah, my tummy doesn't like it usually. So here's hoping we have a good flight. And I find every time flying into Melbourne, it's always rough. So it's just the weather down there. So I kind of expect it. But I used to fly that way all the time before Mum passed away, because I would have to fly to Mildura via Melbourne. So it was 2 flights. I'd have to fly into Melbourne first. Then I'd have like about an hour, hour and a half before getting on another plane, taking off again, and then flying from Melbourne to Mildura. So thankfully this time it's only 1 flight. So I'm just thinking about that. Just thinking, actually I'm trying not to think about it at all. I wasn't really thinking about it at all until I just brought it up. Now I'm thinking about it. All right, so this piece of Flirty Flamingo, we're just going to pop down here, sort of centered top to bottom, and over towards the left side a little bit. But yeah, here's hoping I'll have my my music. I've got my relaxation music ready to go on my iPad. I don't have any on my phone, but on my iPad I do. And oh, your ears trouble you, Rose, when you're landing. Yeah, oh, that's not nice. That can be very painful, yeah. All right, there we go. And now we're going to pop our little ice cream up on dimensionals. So just note with the cone, because you've got all those detailed embossing grooves embossed into it, it does make it a little bit flimsy there. So that's a good spot to add your dimensionals, just to give it a little bit of stability. So I actually forgot to get my dimensionals out. Hang on, let's reach for those. Oh, I got a new sheet of dimensionals. Thank you, Amber. She left me a new sheet of dimensionals. Yes, flying is not much fun when your ears get affected. That's really painful. Yeah, mine's mostly about my tummy. Well, yeah, and I get a bit anxious just with enclosed spaces and lots of people and all those things. but it's more my tummy than anything else. My tummy has never liked traveling. Ever since I was a kid, I used to always get travel sick wherever we went. And my siblings would all be like, oh, not again. Or we'd get to the same spot and it was like, this is the spot where she's always sick. And it's like, oh, thanks, guys. Like, that just makes me feel so much better. Yeah. Always had a sensitive tummy. What can you do? Can't do much about it. All right, I think we've got plenty of dimensionals on there. What do you reckon? It looks like we've got lots. It's nice and stable, so that's good. All right, I'm gonna take all of the backings off those. Glenda says, Rosemary, I had the same problem till I got earplanes as a special earplug, which are great. I've seen those, Glenda, actually. Oh, it's good to know of somebody that uses them that actually finds them good. They actually work. Can you still hear when you've got them in, or does it block all sound as well, Glenda? I've often wondered that about them because I sort of think, oh, I don't want to block all the sound from my ears. Like I like to still hear, like know what's going on around me kind of thing. So I'd be curious to know. All right. So I'm going to pop my cone down. Oh, no, you know what I did? I popped extra dimensionals down here. Oh, no, that should be okay. Did I do that on the original one? Yeah, I did. Oh, it's okay. I was thinking, oh, no, I've put my dimensionals too low, but it's okay. It's all good. All right, so our cone is going to go down here. It is going to go off the top and the bottom a little bit, but that's okay. That's what we want. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, you think the tummy comes from the nerves? Possibly, Rose. Possibly. Yeah. Glenda says, yes, you can, as in still here. I never fly without them. Ah, there you go. Well, there you go, Rose. There's something you could look into, perhaps, to help with your ear issue when you're flying. All right, so now we've got these two pieces. I've just got a little piece of early espresso, and I've got my sentiment label. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back of my sentiment label. I'm going to line that up to see where I want my glue, and then we're going to adhere those two together. Okay. There we go. Flip that back over and pop that down there. Whoops. Oh, I got a lot of glue on there. It's very slippery. You know how we always say we like the wiggle room or the wiggle time? That just did a big wiggle. Did you see that? We don't want it wiggling quite so much. We want it controlled. There we go. All right. So now we're going to pop some dimensionals down. Now I'm going to have this sitting off the edge of the card like that. So we're going to adhere this side with glue, and then this side is going to have the dimensionals, which is going to sit down on those other layers. So we want to put some dimensionals about here, here, and let's put one out here. There we go. We'll just remove those backings. I'm going to apply a bit of glue to this end because that's the end that's going to adhere to the cone. Flip that back over and just make sure I've got those dimensionals lined up where I want them. Oh, it's going back up here a little bit higher. In a little bit from the edge there. And we'll pop that there like so. There we go. Okay, now to embellish, and then we're done. Now to embellish, we have some iridescent pearl basic jewels. Oh, I love that you're all chatting and you're all helping each other with all the flying things. Yeah. Great. Oh, okay. So Dimity's got fluid trapped in her ear. Wondering if they might help you, Dimity. Yeah. Glenda says, I'm not sure. Maybe talk to your doctor or the chemist. Yeah, Rose is going to investigate those, which is awesome. And Dimity's going to check with the chemist to see if that might help her. That's great. Oh, I hope you don't have too much trouble with your ears on the way down this week, Dimity. All right, so we're going to use a large and a small down here on this corner, and up on the diagonal opposite corner, we're going to use a large one up there. There we go. All right, there we have our finished card. Isn't that just so cute? Now, I'm glad that I had pre-done some of those steps, because it would have taken a lot longer if I had have die cut all of those as we were going. So I'm glad that I already had some of those done. So thank you to Amber for helping me prep that kit. That was awesome. Now, the other one I wanted to show you basically is that same ice cream. So this is one of the projects that we had for my card buffet the other day. It's basically the same ice cream, but instead I've used the Yum Yum sentiment, which comes in the stamp set. Okay, so it's this one down here. And I've used the, oh goodness, I forget the name of these dies. These are the dies that are in the online exclusives. I forget the name of them. But this time we made a little mini card. Or you can use it as a little gift tag. So you can just write a little sentiment in there. Or you can adhere those two together. So that's what the cone looks like if you die cut the entire cone. Okay. Or you can glue them together like that if you want to, and then you could punch a hole in the top and make it like a swing tag to put on a gift. Pretty big tag though. And then you could always write on the back if you wanted to. So there's a few different options there with the cone. Okay, so that's the one that we made in, you love the little card. It's so cute, isn't it, Rose? It's really adorable. Yeah, Radiating Stitches dies. That's these ones. Thank you, Amber. I knew you'd remember. Radiating Stitches dies. Yeah, they're beautiful dies too. You can find those ones in the online exclusives in the online store. Glenda says super cute. Thanks, Glenda. And Rose loves the card and the little card too. Thank you, Rose. So there you go. So there's a couple of ideas using the ice cream swirl bundle with the stamps and the dies. Super fun. We didn't use the stamp here. I want to do some cards like that with, here's Julie's one as well. There's Julie's. Oh, let's move that one out of the way. There's Julie's as well. So there's another idea as well. And Julie has stamped and then colored with the, as I mentioned earlier, colored with the Stampin' blends and the watercolor pencils. Oh, thank you, Glenda. We hope to see you next time. Hope you can come and join us next time. So there's a couple of ideas for you. All right, so let's tip the camera back up and I'll tell you what is happening for next week. All right, here we go. Just readjust my camera, or my phone, I should say. Well, my camera phone. There we go. Okay. And lights. It's going to fall. That one always falls. Actually, when I went to start my live today, I went to adjust my light on my right hand side and the shade came off the light, so I was like, oh my goodness, I don't have time for this. And I had to do a quick fix it. So there you go. So there's our little card for today. So I hope you like that one. There's an up close picture of it. So yeah, so next week I will be able to share all of my onstage swaps and all of my fun onstage things that I come home with. So I'm super, super excited. And you love my earrings. Thank you so much, Glenda. I wore those especially today to go with my card, even though these are gelato, so, and they have a pointy waffle cone. They were kind of in keeping with the theme of the day. And I've got my matching brooch as well, but you probably can't see it because I'm sitting a bit low. There's my brooch as well. Yeah, so I will have a lot to share with you next week, all about on stage. So it's going to be super exciting. I'm going to, yeah, there'll be so much for me to share with you. I don't know what we'll be making next week. I'll see what I come home with from on stage. Perhaps we'll recreate one of those projects. I've got a stack of other projects as well to create with you that I've already prepared that are waiting over there in my tub. But yes, we will get to those ones perhaps another time. We'll see how we go. But I hope you all have a fantastic week. Those of you that are traveling to onstage, safe travels. I look forward to catching up with you down there. Be sure to come and say hi if you see me there, because there's going to be so many people. If you spot me in the crowd, come and say hi. And if I haven't met you before, introduce yourself to me. I would love to meet you. And yeah, to everybody else, have a great week. And I look forward to seeing you all again next Monday at 4 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. We still will be on daylight savings, right? Yes, I think we are. Okay, all good. Happy crafting, everyone. See you soon. Bye.